Hey guys, tonight we settle into something simple yet strangely powerful. You lie there, maybe still buzzing with the noise of your day, and I remind you, you probably won't survive this, at least not with your eyelids open for very long. So, before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. Share your location and the local time in the comments, because I love seeing where in the world you are drifting off from. Now, dim the lights, maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and let's ease into tonight's journey together. Quietly, your breath slows. You feel the first hush of calm wrap around your chest and shoulders. In this dim stillness, your lungs remember how to expand softly, then release without effort. You breathe in and let it go. The moon is somewhere above you tonight, though you don't need to see it. Its pale glow threads through clouds, as if reminding you that no matter what shadows gather, there is always light, always a rhythm pulling you toward rest. You notice how your jaw unclenches, your tongue loosens against your teeth, even your eyes, tired of focusing, melt into the darkness. Softly, you shift into awareness of your neck, shoulders, arms. Tension is sneaky, but here it doesn't survive. Each inhale gently warms the muscles, each exhale dissolves them. You remember that ancient Egyptians once believed sleep was a small rehearsal for death, a nightly journey where the soul wandered through hidden chambers. A bit dramatic, sure, but it's a curious thought as you feel your own spirit slip into softer rooms inside your mind. Historians still argue whether dreams were treated as prophecy or simply nighttime noise. Yet here, tonight, your dreams will be something gentler, a rehearsal for healing. You breathe in and let it go. Your chest rises and falls like ocean tides. The air feels cooler now, brushing your nostrils, then warming as it leaves. Breathing itself becomes hypnotic, repetition soft as a lullaby. You notice your hands, 10 fingers, tired from grasping all day. They no longer need to hold anything. Imagine dropping a heavy bag of stones. That bag was never yours to carry. The fingers slacken, palms open, arms sink deeper into gravity. Once, Roman soldiers were said to sleep standing against their shields, finding strange comfort in hard surfaces. Compared to that, your mattress feels like heaven. And unlike them, you don't have to wake to horns or war cries. Only the hum of quiet, only the sigh of night. You feel safe here. Your abdomen loosens. The belly rises gently, then falls. Muscles soften like warm wax. Inside, the organs hum quietly, thanking you for rest. You breathe in and let it go. Your legs, often forgotten, are allowed to collapse into stillness. Thighs no longer tense. Knees drift apart. Calves sink. Ankles roll free. Your feet, those loyal travelers, feel heavy and warm, as if wrapped in sand. A quirky note floats in. Did you know in the Middle Ages, some people stuffed shoes with lavender before sleep, believing the scent repelled nightmares? Imagine your own toes cushioned by invisible lavender now, scent drifting, fear dissolving. Everything is calm tonight. The spine releases one vertebra at a time, like beads on a necklace laid down in perfect order. You sense the weight pressing gently into the bed, not as burden, but as support. Your mind follows your body's lead. Thoughts still swirl, yes, but softer, like dust motes in late sunlight. Nothing sharp remains, nothing demanding. You breathe in and let it go. The room grows wider somehow, though you haven't moved. A silver glow threads through the edges of your vision. The moon has found you, offering not a blinding spotlight, but a steady lantern. You let the glow touch your forehead, a hush spreading backward into scalp and brain. Thoughts blink out like candles pinched 1B. You sink deeper, carried by the hush. You are safe now. The hush spreads down the bridge of your nose, across cheeks, into ears. Even sounds dull, like water poured slowly through soft cloth. Historians still argue whether lullabies existed before written language. Mothers and fathers across centuries surely sang in the dark. Voices trembling like yours might if you whispered to yourself now. And just like their children, you fall under the same spell. You breathe in and let it go. Your body unwinds completely, as if stitched with threads of moonlight instead of muscle and bone. The unraveling is sweet, gentle, and certain. In this stillness, your body has no edges. Only warmth, only gravity, only night. A sleepy smile drifts across your face, because finally, here, you don't need to try. Rest arrives on its own. You feel safe here. Quietly, you notice how your breath has become its own steady companion. The inhale is lighter, the exhale longer, each clean my footsteps carrying you forward. The moon beckons, and you imagine yourself standing before a silver gateway. It isn't solid wood or stone. It's woven of light itself, shimmering in ribbons that sway like curtains in a night breeze. You breathe in and let it go. As you step closer, the glow softens your skin, a cool warmth wrapping you in layers of safety. The moment your foot touches the threshold, your worries hesitate, unable to follow. It feels almost comic. You brought them this far, but they're too clumsy to step through light. They drop behind like awkward luggage left on the wrong train. Everything is calm tonight. A hush falls. The gateway expands just enough for you. The air beyond it smells faintly of dew and jasmine. It carries no weight, only invitation. You move slowly, letting each step affirm. You are safe, you are free, you are here. Historians still argue whether ancient Greek temples were designed with sleep chambers, where seekers would dream of gods who healed them. Imagine that, the very architecture crafted for hypnosis before hypnosis even had a name. And here you are, walking into your own temple, crafted entirely of moonlight. You breathe in and let it go. The silver glow drapes across your shoulders like a cloak. It fits perfectly, stitched not with thread, but with ease. The hum in your ears isn't noise. It's your nervous system sighing in relief. A quirky thought drifts in. During the Renaissance, some physicians believed moonlight could literally soak into skin and cool overheated blood. They may have been off in their science, but tonight The theory works beautifully for you. You feel your inner fire calm, every ember glowing just right. You feel safe here. The ground beneath shifts into velvet darkness, firm enough to walk on, soft enough to cushion. Each step feels lighter, as if you're peeling away old layers. Your jaw, already relaxed, slackens further. Your chest, once tight, opens wider. Your legs float forward without effort. Softly, the gateway behind you narrows, then dissolves. You don't need to look back. What mattered has followed you inside. What didn't has no doorway here. You breathe in and let it go. A shimmer sweeps ahead, showing glimpses of a tranquil path. Stones glowing faintly, as if they too have soaked in moonlight for centuries. You step onto them, each one a tiny affirmation. Rest, heal, release, restore. You imagine someone whispering gently. Maybe it's your own voice, maybe it's mine. You're safe now. You pause for a moment, letting that line settle in. The silver glow spreads down to your fingertips, warming them, slowing them. Every pulse in your veins hums in rhythm with the night. Historians still argue whether Stonehenge was aligned to moon phases or only the sun. Scholars sketch, debate, measure. But as you walk under this soft arc, you realize, whether aligned or not, humans have always sought the moon for guidance. Just as the path leads deeper, curving gently like a cradle. Above, the sky is velvet, scattered with stars that wink but never demand. They are there simply to be seen, not studied. And you realize how good it feels not to be studied either, only to exist. Everything is calm tonight. The silver gateway fades behind completely, leaving only the soft hum in your body, like a string plucked once and allowed to vibrate forever. You continue, feeling lighter, feeling slower, feeling whole.
The hush of the garden carries you onward, and without hurry, you notice the ground changing under your feet. The path widens, the scent of jasmine thins, and a salt, cool breath brushes your skin like a shy hello from the horizon. You do not rush. The night is patient, and so are you. The trees step back as if they know what arrives next. Ahead, the sea opens in a long crescent. Moonlight scattered on the water like a trail of tiny lanterns. Waves lift, hush, and set themselves down. Again and again, the way your chest rises and falls when you stop trying to control it. You breathe in and let it go. A small smile finds you because the ocean seems to be doing your work for you. Each wave volunteers to carry one thought away. Another takes a worry. Another rolls off with the leftover buzz of the day you didn't need to keep. You watch the tide become your to-do list recycler. Efficient, eco-friendly, and zero paperwork. Quietly, you move to the shoreline where the sand is damp and firm. Your feet sink half a whisper, and the earth holds you without grabbing. The air is cooler here, It strokes your forearms, the back of your neck, and then moves on without a fuss. The fan you turned on earlier might as well be mimicking this breeze. You sit where the night has carved a gentle seat. A smooth rock warmed by the day and cooled by the moon. The soundscape simplifies. Waves, breath, distant night insects from the garden you left, and that's all. Your nervous system takes one look at this playlist and says, yes, this. Historians still argue whether Polynesian navigators reached the Americas before Columbus, reading stars, swells, and birds with astonishing skill. What isn't debated is this: they crossed vast blue with no metal compass, letting the ocean speak. Tonight you don't need to go anywhere, yet the water still speaks. Soft directions inward, gentle bearings towards sleep. You breathe in and let it go. The moon lays a path on the water, a silver road you could walk if walking were the point. It isn't. The path is a mirror for the rhythm inside you, the steady, merciful repetition that heals. Wave approaches.
With each rise, you hear a kind phrase. With each fall, you feel a little repair. You do not chase them. You let them arrive on their own schedule, because sleep loves to be unhurried. I am safe here. I am allowed to rest. My body knows how to heal. The sea repeats them for you, never bored, never rushed. You are not alone in this practice. Across centuries, people have listened to water for wisdom. The Romans built bathhouses because they swore warm water could reset the human engine. You have the entire ocean as your bath tonight, without the awkward small talk. You breathe in and let it go. A far star winks like it knows a secret you can skip learning. You don't need a cosmic syllabus, you need softness. The tide obliges, smoothing the shoreline, erasing the day's footprint drama. Your own steps fade into a gentle blur. It's funny. Proof that you were here is disappearing, and somehow that makes you feel more present, not less. You feel safe here. The moon climbs a little higher and rolls its light down the water like a silk ribbon. You imagine drawing that ribbon toward you, not to hold it, but to drape it across your chest. Cool ease, quiet assurance. Your breath slips into the pace of a long tide, in and out, unforced, unjudged, unlabored. A mainstream history note settles in the sand beside you. The lighthouse of Alexandria, one of the ancient seven wonders, once threw its beam across the Mediterranean to guide sailors home. It stood for centuries, a stone promise that light knows the way. You don't need the lighthouse tonight, but the idea of it warms you, something steady, shining, patient. You breathe in and let it go. The water edges forward and washes your toes. There's a tiny squeak of sand as it goes back, like the beach has a secret vocabulary only you get to hear. It says, "Soften now." It says, "Nothing urgent." It says, "Rest is not idleness, it is repair." Remember the lavender shoes from earlier? Pretend the sea has rinsed them, leaving your feet scented with clean, cool night instead. That's the only dress code here: bare, calm, welcomed. You chuckle once, because if the ocean had a velvet rope, it would probably use it to tie back seaweed. Everything is calm tonight. You let your gaze unfocus, not quite closed, not quite open. The world blurs into light and motion, which is what it was all along. A low cloud drifts across the moon and the brightness dims. Instead of missing it, you feel your shoulders drop another inch. Less light, more sleep. Your brain loves dimmer switches. You breathe in.
I am whole enough to rest. Healing happens while I sleep. The affirmations join the tide and keep moving, circling the bay of your mind so you don't have to. They are like helpful background apps that don't drain the battery. You breathe in and let it go. A thin breeze arrives, sweetened by some night flower you can't name. It lifts the hair at your temples and then lays it down again. Your ears collect fewer sounds now. What remains is round and gentle. The hush, the brush, the long, low hush again. Somewhere far off, a buoy taps itself awake and then remembers it can dream. Historians still argue whether Homer's epics were authored by one poet or many voices braided over generations. You listen to the sea's long sentence and think, either way, the rhythm was always the point. Your body agrees. Rhythm has been carrying you since before you knew words. You breathe in and let it go. A feather-like joke pads through. If relaxation had a progress bar, it would be at 99%, optimizing sea sounds. You watch the imaginary bar hang there for a moment, then smile because you don't need the last percent. Sleep will finish the install while you're away. The rock under you softens into a cushion, or maybe you softened on top of it. Your spine finds the shape the night prefers and settles there. Shoulders release the final specks. Your tongue rests in the cradle of your mouth. Your eyes sit like two quiet moons behind their lids, content to glow without looking. You are safe now. The tide inches up, brushes your ankles once more, then retreats with a long sigh. The sound files the sharp edges off your thoughts. Sand cools the heat from your feet and sends that coolness upward, past calf and knee, into the easy hinge of your hips. The body you carry all day finally carries you. You breathe in and let it go. A gull calls once, then apparently checks the time and decides to keep it down. The horizon is a line of darker velvet, stitched with silver where waves lift their hems. Your breath follows. In, out. Barely effort, all gift. The gift is old. People have sat with waves like this since before we wrote anything down, letting water say the prayer they didn't have energy to speak. Everything is calm tonight. The sea begins to teach you a simpler counting, not numbers, but textures. Rise, soft. The moon thins to a pale coin behind a gauze of clouds. Its light becomes diffuse, like milk poured into tea, and the whole night tastes softer. You feel a loosening in places you didn't know clenched. Tiny muscles along the ribs, the small muscles around the eyes, the secret ones that clench when you pretend you're fine. They all learn the wave now. Lift, soften, settle. I am allowed to stop. I am forgiven for resting. I am being gently repaired. The words drift like sea foam, gather and dissolve. You do not grasp them. You let them brush and vanish, because the medicine isn't in holding, it's in letting motions complete themselves. The ocean never argues with gravity, it collaborates. You follow suit. You breathe in and let it go.
The night leans closer, and you feel a sense, faint but steady, that long before you, the world learned this lullaby. Somewhere a lighthouse used to be. Somewhere a navigator read the swell with bare feet. Somewhere a poet argued with a wave and lost, happily. The same rhythm wraps you now until your thoughts blink like tired beacons and then agree, one by one, to darken. Everything is calm tonight. The sand cools further. Your breath lengthens. Your chest rises like a quiet tide at midnight and falls like a soft retreat just before dawn. Even time listens and slows, nodding along to this old ocean metronome. You breathe in and let it go. Your body becomes shoreline. The night does the rest. Somewhere behind you, the garden dozes. Somewhere ahead, a quieter cove waits. You don't need to decide which you prefer. You let the night arrange you the way the tide arranges shells, with casual precision and no hurry at all. You breathe in and let it go. A thin ribbon of foam reaches, pauses, then loosens back into the body of the sea. That simple choreography enters your muscles. The tiny hinge under each collarbone loosens. The little cords at the base of your skull slacken. Even the worry you saved for later begins to forget what it was about. I am safe here. I am ready to sleep. My breath carries me home. You close your eyes fully now, not to shut the world out, but to feel it better. The night moves through you like water through sand, no walls, no corners, only a gentle passing and a softer staying. The ocean keeps talking in its round vocabulary, hush, brush, hush again. It never runs out of words for calm. You are deeply safe. You breathe in and let it go. The last thing you notice before the noticing grows drowsy is how the moonlight spreads without edges. It gives everything the same invitation. Shore, sky,
but a kind of weightless cloud beneath you, rising and falling as if the sea itself is turned into a bed made only for you. You breathe in and let it go. The moon is higher now, pale and patient. Its light spreads not as a spotlight, but as a blanket, tucking every part of you under silver calm. The ocean has done its work. Now the night itself begins the lull. Your eyelids, heavy as velvet curtains, no longer want to open. That's not failure, it's success. Every blink lasts longer. Every pause holds more silence. Sleep is near, crouched like a friendly animal at the edge of the firelight, waiting for permission to curl beside you. Everything is calm tonight. A thought wanders in, not urgent, more like a leaf caught in breeze. Historians still argue whether medieval monks truly spent whole nights in prayer, or whether those long vigils often collapsed into naps. Perhaps the debate misses the point. Rest and devotion can be the same thing. Tonight, your devotion is to your healing. You feel safe here. The night garden you left hums gently behind your closed eyes. The sea's rhythm still rocks you, though faint now, like a song heard from another room. Ahead, there is no demand, no path to walk, only the steady drift inward. Affirmations begin to rise, soft as bubbles, steady as tides. I am safe. I am whole. I am allowed to let go. You breathe in and let it go.
Your chest loosens with each phrase. Your heart, steady and rhythmic, begins to feel less like an engine and more like a drum played gently for you alone. It does not hurry, it does not falter. It reminds you, even in stillness, you are alive. Even in sleep, you are carried. A quirky note arrives. You recall that in the 19th century, some doctors prescribed hypnosis recordings pressed onto wax cylinders. Imagine trying to fall asleep to a scratchy phonograph spinning endlessly. You smile because tonight's soundtrack is smoother. The hush of night, the tide of breath, the affirmations wrapping around you like silk. You are safe now. The affirmations lengthen, becoming lullabies you don't have to sing. I am forgiven for resting. I am healing even as I dream. Sleep repairs what waking cannot.
Next tag at Meta. Boost, end quote. Chapter Ferdinger advised. Close sex, chapter 0.05. The night repeats its simple promise. Rest is here. Healing is here. You are here, and that is enough. I am safe. I am whole. I am drifting into deep sleep. Pause, you breathe in and let it go. The affirmations slow with you. You no longer need to recite them, they recite themselves. They float in the air like fireflies, dimming as you grow heavier. Your body trusts the bed, your mind trusts the night. Your soul trusts the rhythm that has carried countless dreamers before you. Everything is calm tonight. Now the pace softens even more. Words stretch into longer sighs. Pauses linger like warm hands resting on your shoulders. You breathe in and let it go. You let the imagery blur. The moon still hangs, but you don't need to watch it. The sea still whispers, but you don't need to listen closely. The garden still blooms, but you don't need to walk its paths. All of it continues without you, like kind friends keeping vigil while you rest. Your only task is surrender. The weight of the day has fallen away. The thoughts that once chased you are sleeping first. The affirmations keep circling gently, like ripples after a stone is already sunk. They assure you you are safe, you are healing, you are whole. Breath deepens, chest rises, chest falls. The rhythm is so steady now, it feels like time itself has slowed to join you. Nothing pushes, nothing pulls. You are exactly where you need to be. Softly, the final veil of night draws across your awareness. The hush becomes deeper, warmer, thicker, until even these words are only shadows fading into quiet. You let them go. You drift. You sleep.